yourself.
Hey everybody, it's another episode of Go Flix Yourself. My name is Ben Konowitz, and with me as always is the gremlin with lipstick to my brainy gremlin, Bradford Oman.
Hey, that's me. Just so you know, people like the gremlin with lipstick, so...
That's a very, and you know what? You're going to be, Nate, you're going to be the spider gremlin from Gremlins 2 to my brainy gremlin.
It's pretty good.
Is that a good one? Is that better than the lipstick one or no?
No, and I think
scarier.
And I think it's probably worse than the brain one.
It's scarier.
So scary is what you're going for?
Because it's spooky season.
I did not watch the Gremlins in so
Well, that's
long.
Gremlins 2.
Yeah.
Gremlins
I know, but
2
I
is
haven't watched either one of them.
the most bonkers movie possibly ever made. Like, it's
I don't know about that, but
I mean, it's up there.
it's very silly.
It's ridiculous. Like, Hulk Hogan breaks the fourth wall in this picture. It's just an insane. It's a fever dream of a movie.
I've never
Can we
seen
at least admit
Gremlins
that?
2.
You've never seen Gremlins 2?
No, I've seen Gremlins 1, but not Gremlins 2.
So
my
you
gosh.
do yourself a favor because it's spooky season and it's not really a horror film.
'Tis the
You
season.
can absolutely watch
Does
this.
does it take place at Christmas at all?
Does this one take care of? I don't think.
I don't think this one does.
Well,
I don't
then,
think so.
okay.
But I'm telling you right now, it's worth a watch, buddy. It is so much fun.
It's wild.
It's wild. Yeah, it is. Again, it is a fever dream. It's like somebody watched Gremlins, went to bed, had a fever, and had a dream, and then made Gremlins 2.
It's almost like a parody of Gremlins.
Made by the people who made Gremlins.
Right.
Well, hey, it's been a little bit. For those of you that don't know, we are doing this thing where our other podcast, the 10 to 1, it's a review podcast of the latest episodes of Saturday Night Live. When that happens, because obviously Saturday Night Live is on a pretty decent schedule, we know when that's going to happen. On the off weeks, we are choosing to do Go Flix Yourself. So that's what the sporadicness of this is. It's not as sporadic as you would think. We're not randomly recording an episode. We are recording it because there's no SNL this weekend.
A new episode every week depends on the podcast.
Exactly, yeah. So if you like our voices, there's always something to listen to. And if you don't like our voices, there's always something to listen to.
It's true.
Yeah.
I heard it.
Brad, it's been a minute. Did you remember that we do a sponsor?
Oh, not only did I remember, but I got something that's going to knock your fucking dick in the dirt. What is this? What's this grumble party?
Because the way that you're doing it right now, I feel like you've got a loose bag in your pocket.
No.
Okay. All right.
I haven't even opened this one yet.
Okay.
To put like fuzzy things off of the treats, like
I
typical.
don't love the
Crunch.
The Ziploc bag is always my least
I
favorite.
know, exactly.
But it's just because sometimes I don't want to like...
I get it, man. It's still creepy.
Yeah,
I know.
sometimes if I bring it, Nate likes it, he's going to eat it all.
What's the movie where, is it Ferris Bueller where she's got the gummy bears in her pocket?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of every time you bring a treat
But
like that.
at least they're not loose like that.
All right, you going to throw them or what are you going to do?
Yeah, hold on. Don't look at the package.
Don't look at the package.
Don't look No, not that side. Yeah, okay, don't look.
I'm not looking.
Don't look.
I'm
Don't
not-
you
Jeez, oh,
fucking
please.
look at the package. Don't you look. Yeah, look
Oh.
up.
It smells like plastic.
Oh, I don't. I
It
can
tastes
smell
like
it.
plastic.
I can smell it already, and I haven't eaten
Oh,
it yet.
God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Why did you do this to us? This is so bad. It's been a while since you really brought a terrible one. Guys, it's so bad, and I can't stop. Like, I don't want to chew anymore. It is so bad. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, this is so bad.
It's not hot or anything, but it feels like it should be.
Why would you do this?
It's disgusting.
Why would? You're the worst person.
What is this?
I was so curious, honestly.
Gummy sweet potato? Oh, fuck you. Go to hell.
I didn't have these before, but yeah, they're not good.
Where did you get these?
Walgreens. So this is peelable gummies are like a super popular thing now. There's this brand called Peelers with a Z.
Shut up. I can't
And
even hear right now.
They do a bunch of fruit ones, but Walgreens has their own nice brand, and they've done a bunch of the same ones. But this, for whatever reason, they did a sweet potato one.
Oh, even if I knew it was coming, even if I was like, oh, this is supposed to taste like sweet potato, and I ate one, I'd be like, this is dog shit.
It is so bad.
It's really not good.
It's like smelling toxic plastic from the 80s and toy and then putting it in your mouth and eating it.
To be fair, it
I-
does
my-
kind of
tastes like a sweet potato.
It does kind of taste like a sweet potato.
But and it's not as good though because it's missing that brown sugar.
Exactly. You needed to put some more butter and brown sugar on this thing.
Yeah. But it does taste like a sweet potato.
Oh, it's so bad. So bad. And I kept on
It
waiting
tastes
for
like a
it
sweet
to
potato
redeem itself.
if you bit it with the skin still on it, though.
Yeah.
Cool.
So if you want to try these gummy sweet potatoes, the nice brand at Walgreens, Sounds like a hit for Thanksgiving. So get them and get going.
I can't be in a good mood now.
All right, we're done. We're done.
Well, world's fastest, go Flix yourself. Bye, everybody. Bye.
No, come back.
Oh.
Yum.
Oh. What a terrible thing. All
What'd
right.
you get for not bringing a drink?
I brought a drink. I'm drinking a Diet Coke. down
Oh,
here.
yeah, and that tastes delicious.
Compared to that,
you know what?
it
You
tastes
can't
like-
be mad about a sweet potato gummy when you're drinking Diet Coke. The devil's piss.
It's what?
Diet Coke is disgusting.
You're a Pepsi person over Diet Coke?
No, I just hate Diet Coke, period. Like, I'll do Coke Zero all day long, but Diet Coke tastes like an asshole.
Well, you're weird. Plenty of people love the taste of refreshing Diet Coke.
No, give me a Diet Coke from McDonald's.
Oh yeah,
Ugh.
fountain Diet Coke.
Give me a
Diet-
bullet from
I'm
McDonald's
not joking.
instead.
Like, that is delicious.
I'd rather have Ronald McDonald shoot my dick off than drink Diet Coke from
You are
McDonald's.
the weirdest person.
Yeah, he's got some
Disgusting.
That's
Stuff
aggressive.
Whatever.
Hey Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Ask me what the last movie I saw was.
Hey Ben. It's been a while since we're talking about films,
Yeah.
and I want to know: have you seen any films lately?
I have actually.
What did you see?
I watched the documentary.
I swear to God, if you watch another Smurfs movie, I'm going to be so pissed off.
I watched the Smurfs Revenge, and this is where Gargamel. You're not gonna believe it, but they actually do kidnap Papa Smurf's twin brother, and they got to go through a vortex to find him.
What's his name?
Papa Murph. And it's from a different dimension where the Murphs are a thing, and they're not Smurfs.
Right. That makes sense.
And he's like, "Go Murph yourself, you Murphin mother, a Murpher," and it gets pretty aggressive.
Sounds also it gets muddled in the end, too.
It does. It does. And I think it's poor writing, but what do I know? You know, I'm not a Hollywood.
But it did
hotshot
make
screenwriter.
$300 billion.
$300 billion at that box office, and it's
That makes
number one in
sense.
the world.
Yeah.
And it's also the number one streamer on Netflix.
What's it called again?
It's called the Smurfs Revenge,
Yep.
and it's about it. And the movie is about the Gargamel
I don't even know hear the second part
kidnaps Papa Smurf's twin brother,
again. Papa Murph.
Papa Murph.
Good. What did you really watch?
I watched the documentary. I Like Me.
John Candy.
John
I
Candy.
like me.
I
Oh,
like me.
how is that?
I cried
Mm-hmm.
quite a few times actually. I cried at the beginning, right at the beginning.
Oh, well, because it starts in such a powerful way by using the eulogy that Dan Aykroyd gave at the funeral.
I'm sorry, Nate. You have a task. When I die, I don't know that there has ever been, and this is hyperbole because I just watched it.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna out loud say it's hyperbole. I don't know that there's ever been a better eulogy.
Okay, wait.
Like,
No, it's an incredible eulogy.
Incredible.
I shine at funerals, so I will give you a great eulogy.
So have you seen this?
no, I've not.
Have
seen
you
it yet.
ever heard Dan Aykroyd's eulogy of
No,
John
but I
Candy?
bet I cried like a.
If
baby.
you hear part of it in the trailer, so you did hear part of it when we,
Oh,
we
yep,
did talk about it, but yeah.
It just every word in that eulogy matters. Everything, he's to speak of hyperbole, he's not being really hyperbolic, but the gravitas in which he speaks of his friend and
Yeah.
how important that man was to so many people.
He
And
truly
his word-
loved him, probably, right?
Oh, absolutely. But his word choice is
Uh-huh.
utterly specific and perfect.
Yeah.
And I've never heard a better eulogy. I cried. when
And
I
also
listened
his
to it.
delivery.
It's wonderful.
yeah, like it's perfect.
It's literally perfect. So that's worth watching the documentary just for that. But that's in the first freaking 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And they just go on. I mean, who's who, right?
Mhm.
Every single person that got to talk about their friend John Candy. I was just blown away by this thing. I really loved it, and I think that I've seen a lot of documentaries where, of course, it's a talking head, and they do that thing of like, okay, we're going to set up the picture, and they don't even know they're really on yet, and so they're kind of doing the behind the scenes talking to get ready for their interview. That's been done to death now. It still is impactful this time around because the subject matter is so important to these people.
Yeah.
It really did work for me.
It truly is a celebration of John Candy as both a person and an actor. You have the involvement of his family, his son and his daughter, all the people who knew him best. Bill Murray, Catherine O'Hara.
But even more than that, his childhood friends.
Yeah.
People that literally grew up with the man and got to tell us when he became funny. And then the interviews with, of him earlier on. And you could just see how humble he was the whole way through. I also didn't know the breadth of which people that he worked with.
Yeah.
I didn't realize, especially in the beginning of the documentary, they talk about Godspell and they talk about the Second City, and I didn't really realize
that cast of Godspell.
Oh
is insane.
my gosh!
In listening to I forget what the podcast is. Maybe it was Smartlist. I think it was. But
John Candy wasn't on Smartlist.
I've heard Martin Short talk about this Godspell cast and like everyone who was in it, and it's insane how many people that were in that cast went on to be famous
Absolutely.
actors.
Almost all of them.
Yeah.
So no, I watched that. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. If you're a fan of comedy at all, or you have reverence for what a truly great man is, then you should watch John Candy, I Like Me.
I got a list here for you for that Godspell cast. It's got Martin Short, obviously John Candy, Eugene Levy, Dave Thomas, Gilda Radner, Victor Garber, Andrea Martin, Jane Eastwood, and Paul Schaefer served as music director.
Jesus Christ.
How nuts is that?
Yeah, it's just wild.
I got to see this in theaters. I went to the Chicago theater because there was a special mini tour that Ryan Reynolds, who produced the movie, took the movie on, and he stopped in Chicago, and he brought Chris Candy, who is John Candy's son, with him, and also Jim Belushi. And so they did a Q&A afterwards, and that was really cool. Jim Belushi had some fun stories about John Candy, and Ryan Reynolds told some great stories about how difficult it was to track down both Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd.
I bet.
Because Bill Murray is notoriously hard to reach. The only way you can get in contact with Bill Murray if you don't have his phone number is there's a number you call and you leave a voicemail and maybe he'll get back to you. And Ryan said that when you call it, it's like the voicemail message is like for a Greek shipping company. So you don't like it's like
awesome.
Intentionally misleading. And he when he finally got a call back, he just started like he was in the middle of a conversation. It was like
Bill Murray did.
Yeah, and it's just like, hey Ryan, who do you think was the master of the spit take? And Ryan was like getting in the middle of getting ready to go to a gala with Blake Lively, and he like had to stop and be like, okay, no, I can't go in.
I gotta talk to Bill Murray.
Yeah. And Ryan talks about how like when he was younger, one of his friends like gave him basically like a university schooling in like vaudeville comedy and like everything up through like the silent era and stuff like that. And he thought about it and he was like, well, I think I have to say Desi Arnaz, Bill, and he's like, no, Danny Thomas, wrong. and Ryan said he was like, no, hold on, wait. He's like, I think that if you could go back and look, like Desi Arnaz like was maybe like one of the like originators, and like there was some anger about the spit take because people thought it was disrespectful, but Danny Thomas perfected it. And it was just like, no, Danny Thomas, sorry.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But then like it all worked out, and then Dan Aykroyd was a funny one because
well, he's not necessarily off the deep end now, but he really has.
He's always been a weird guy.
He has, because
he genuinely believes in ghosts and aliens and all this stuff. Yeah,
he should be on Ancient.
He's also like
Ancient Aliens
on the list, and he talks about his autism spectrum like disorder. Like he admits to being off center, right?
For sure. And so when he finally got a hold of him, Dan Aykroyd called him, and it was like, all right, kid, listen up. You're going to come up here. You're going to stay the night. We'll have some dinner. You'll wake up, we'll do the interview, and then you get the fuck out. And when,
like, yes, you have to agree to that, right?
And he did. And he got picked up, and Dan Aykroyd picked him up in the same black Lincoln that he drives in Grosse Pointe Blank.
Oh, my God.
And Ryan loves Grosse Pointe Blank, and he was like, Dan, is this the car from Grosse Pointe Blank? And he's like, yeah, I got 5 of them from the production for $50,000.
What is this, Ben Affleck from The Accountant? That's amazing.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun to be there for that and see the movie in theaters with like a big crowd, because almost everyone is.
Any Jim Belushi stories stand out?
Belushi told a great story about how when they were making a movie in, I think it was Chicago, either Chicago or New York. It was the movie that they made with Maureen O'Hara, who obviously is a huge, classic movie star. And at the time, John Candy had a bigger trailer than Maureen, and he was like, well, that's like, not, that shouldn't be happening. Like, this is like she came out of retirement to do this movie too. And so he talked to the producer, and he's like, well, John, it's like, we're trying to save the money to put it up on the screen, so like so John, because of who he is, gave Maureen his trailer, and he went and like started like staying in the trailers that were basically made for like the extras, and so like tiny little space and like everything. And so once the producers
And what year is this? Like John Candy is pretty famous.
This is, I think, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, so he's
a star.
He's a star.
Yeah. I probably had to be the late 80s. But yeah, so he's, so eventually, like, the producers find out about this. They're like, okay, like, John, we found the money. And it's like, I'm sure you did.
Pieces of shit. No, I love that so much. So that's a great documentary. Check it out.
It's on Prime Video right
now. By the way, Colin Hanks' third documentary he's directed. Do you think he's got a kind of this is a thing that he's pretty skilled at?
He's getting good at it.
I haven't seen his other ones, but I mean this one is definitely
those
good.
two are about rocks though.
They actually are about rock bands, I think.
Eagles of Death Metal is the one he did in 2017.
That's what I meant.
Sure it is.
And then actually this one sounds fascinating. Not seen it, but this is the first time I've heard of it. All Things Must Pass: The Rise and Fall of Tower Records. That sounds fascinating to me. I think I'm going to watch that.
All right.
All right. But all of them very highly rated. So
very similar then in tone, I watched Rainn Wilson in Code 3.
Sure.
The ambulance movie.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen this.
Yeah, how is
it's
that?
It's actually fun. Like,
because I was thinking about watching it, but I'm like,
it's a quick hit. It's like an hour and a half. I rented it. It's silly. Lil Rel, how do you say his last name?
Lil Rel Howery.
Lil Rel Howery is in it. Their dynamic is great. There's a lot of
it's not a buddy cop, but it's a buddy EMS movie.
Buddy EMS, but it's also
all those famous buddy EMS movies.
Well, this is the first one. But Rainn Wilson is basically the premise of this is your average EMS or paramedic is on shift.
Oh, this is a new movie.
Yeah.
I thought this was, for whatever reason, a movie from like the mid-2000s.
No. So this just came out. But the whole premise is, your average paramedic is like on the job for like 3 years. He's been on the job for like 23 years.
Okay.
And he's just over it and doesn't give a shit. And there's a new person that comes in and he's like, yeah, that person's dead. We're not gonna worry about it. And like, well, you had me do CPR. Yeah, nobody dies in the ambulance. They either die before or they die at the hospital, but nobody dies in the ambulance. So that's why we have to. Yes, you were performing CPR on a corpse. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like that. And he's really a dick, and I so that's it's on the strength of him and Lil Rel's performances.
Yeah,
and I don't remember the newcomer's name, or maybe not a newcomer, just the woman that I didn't recognize.
Oh, Amy Carraro.
Yeah, I don't.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So she was great as just a "Are you kidding me?" type of role. Like you gotta I want to take this seriously, and he's like, Jesus Christ. So I really for what it is.
It's got like a 70 Rotten Tomato score, so not
it's
bad
fun
at all.
And fine, and it's a quick
I love
hit.
a good comedy like that.
And I'm glad they make comedies anymore. They don't really make comedies like this, so I was pretty happy with it. So I saw that, and then I saw what else did I see? Bradford.
I don't fucking know.
Oh, I watched Downey Wrote That, which is
I've not seen
a
it
very
yet.
short documentary. It's only about an hour and 19 minutes or an hour and 9 minutes. It's about Jim Downey, writer for Saturday Night Live for forever, one of the longest tenured writers. I watched it honestly, like I know that he's a prolific writer and a very, very well respected writer. I watched it to see like which clips were going to come out as things like, what did Jim Downey, what was he really responsible for? Turns out most of the most important political stuff ever on the show.
Oh yeah,
most of some of the funniest things, but also I think the biggest takeaway for me was he has a very dialed in, very specific form of comedy.
Yeah.
And for it to play across so many decades
for sure
is very interesting to me, because you start to cannibalize your own talent eventually when you are putting so much out there that either people catch up to you and do the same thing as you and maybe even do it better than you. But Downey seemed to always kind of have his way, and it always made sense. And no matter who delivered it, because it was him walking them through how to deliver it, it still had his voice the whole way through. And I can respect the shit out of that. Like, it was really cool. Really cool.
I watched this as well. And just hearing him talk and like just the writing process and everything was fascinating.
Yeah.
And it's so great to hear so many different people across so many generations of SNL singing his praises, because he's been around since forever. He was there at the beginning. He was the youngest cast member hired for the show for the first 5 seasons.
Writer or cast member?
Writer. The writer, sorry.
Yeah.
And then he was the oldest when he retired in 2013.
Which is just such a fun thing to, have that
Yeah,
happen,
it's incredible, and so the fact that as soon as what's his tits? O.J. Simpson's buddy, the NBC executive.
Olheimer,
yeah. As soon as he was gone, that Lauren called him and was like, hey, come on back, because he got fired for the O.J. jokes.
Yeah, and so that was also like you could see that and whether or not this is true, you know, a lot of times you canonize the dead a little bit, and you canonize the relationships of the dead. So what was Jim Downey and Norm Macdonald the perfect pair that they presented in the documentary? Do you feel like they were, or is it just because Norm has passed and so you just get to say that?
No, I'm pretty. I mean, as far as I know, like they work together so well. Like I mean, like
and I agree with that.
Yeah,
but there was that was a lot of like, no, it was like the marriage made in heaven. Like
I mean,
these
I
two
think
were perfect for each other.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine if that wasn't true that like Jim wouldn't have said something to clarify that. But I think it's true too, because the way he tells the story about how he got fired is the exact same way that Norm did in an SNL documentary that was on VH1 back in the day.
Yeah.
He says that Mike Shoemaker called him. He said, "So Chris Farley is dead, and you're fired."
I love that.
Yeah.
How else do you break bad news, right? So so that was really good. And then I was honored to be asked over the weekend to present and then moderate a question and answer session for Let's Scare Jessica to Death, which is a John Hancock directed film. They're doing a John Hancock Film Fest this weekend in Three Oaks, Michigan at the Vickers Theater, which is just a wonderfully restored,
I love that theater.
Incredible theater. And the owners, I met the owners for the first time. They're younger than I thought they were going to be.
They're new. They
They're
only bought it like a year ago.
2022, yeah. And they're fantastic.
Yeah,
And
super nice.
I said, do you have a membership program? You know, where you pay annually, because I want to do that. And they're like, oh, we're working on that. So I'll buy one.
We should do a live podcast there sometime.
They told us that we would love to do that. They're not joking, because we do movies.
But they said, get better.
Yeah, they said you do have to be. They told me to lose weight. It was weird. But
they told me to gain weight.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Oddly.
So I was very fortunate to be asked to do this. It's John Hancock's first feature film. This is John Hancock. If you don't know, he directed Bang the Drum Slowly with Robert De Niro. He directed Prancer, probably his most famous film other than Bang the Drum Slowly.
Weeds with Nick Nolte.
Yep, and just he was an Oscar-nominated director of a short film called Sticky My Fingers, Fleet My Feet back in 1970. And then that success led him into making the movie Let's Scare Jessica to Death, which is a very haunting, I call it a crescendo-y type movie, where there's a lot of, it's 1970, so it's a lot of slow burn.
71, yeah.
And then it crescendos with wow. But the one thing I didn't know about this film, after even doing all the research, was how they marketed it. They didn't have a studio when it was finished, and Paramount bought it. So Paramount buys it fully finished, and they market it as a vampire movie, which it's technically, but not really.
Not really.
And it was so fun to watch John talk about the ballyhoo of the marketing, where he said, oh yeah, so because the question from the audience was, how did they market this film? And he goes, back then they took out full page ads in the local paper.
Yep.
And they had horse-drawn hearses
Wow.
that would come in front of the theater and park there. And said,
awesome.
Let's Scare Jessica to Death would be on the side of it. And they did it at every major city that you could possibly. It was a massive turnout. Like, it made me think of John Goodman's character in Matinee. Kind of like that bombastic promotional side of things. And you don't really think of that, especially for a movie like Let's Scare Jessica to Death, which is a slow burn.
Right.
But back then, I would say that a lot more people just went to the movies in general, but it was an event more than anything. It was just very fascinating to hear him talk about that. And this was also one of the first horror films ever to feature a synthesizer as the
Which
eerie.
is just so weird to think.
You're right, because
like,
it's
in the 80s,
everywhere.
right? Like, it was just the.
But they did. They used a synth for Dr. Zhivago in '65, and then on the heels of that, they didn't really use it too much. And this was, again, one of the first times they used it in a horror film. And then you saw Clockwork Orange use it, and then it went crazy. They used it for fucking everything after that. And so I got to talk to the composer of the score.
Oh, that's fine.
Orville Soderbergh, I believe is how you say his name. He was there.
Stober.
Orville Stober. He was incredible. He's telling stories. The producer's there. I didn't even know the producer was going to be there. He's telling stories. These are three guys in their 70s. John's 86. He's still whip smart. He is hilarious. And also, Brad knows this, pulls zero punches. And
He'll tell you any story.
We were very fortunate to be able to host Prancer in LaPorte last year because it was filmed in this area. We did that kind of showing. So this is a film fest up in Three Oaks that's doing kind of the same thing. However, the no fucks given by John Hancock, it should be a lesson.
It's like 86.
It's like Brian Cox level.
Yeah.
He just doesn't give a
well,
shit.
no, it's even if you go like there's a book Hancock on Hancock that we looked into like for research about the movies when we did Prancer, and I did it for because I also moderated a Q&A for this film festival for his movie Suspended Animation, and so I went back through and he just says whatever like he thinks and like is honest about actors' performances and like throws shade whenever he feels like it. Like
he fired Richard Grieco.
Yeah, like for Suspended Animation, Richard Grieco was the first actor they went to because it's a low budget movie, and you can get someone like Richard Grieco, you know, for a low budget movie. But he fired him during rehearsal because he just flat out said that he was awful and that he stunk. So
that's amazing.
And then the producer was like, he's like, yeah, and when you're the producer, you have to figure out how to tell the actor gracefully and tell him that so that he doesn't hear, you know, what John has to say.
Right.
About
You're holding back John from the actor.
But no, yeah, I got to do that as well, and I hadn't seen Suspended Animation. It's a movie that came out in 2001. They shot some stuff in and around LaPorte, but they had to shoot some of it up in Canada because the snow wasn't as plentiful here as they were expecting. They shot something in California, and it was interesting to watch just because, you know, there's some people I know worked on it. There's scenes that take place in locations that like I'm familiar with, similar to Prancer.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's a movie about this guy who's an animation director, and he gets kidnapped by these two cannibal sisters. But then he escapes, and then he finds out that one of them has a daughter that is still around, and so he tracks her down and kind of gets obsessive about it, and like starts making a movie inspired by one of the sisters.
Did he write this one as well?
No, so his wife, the late Dorothy Tristan, wrote it based on a novel that she also wrote. And there was a bunch of interesting details as far as like what inspired the main villain character, one of the cannibal sisters, and just little different details like that came out during the Q&A and everything.
One of the things I had to remember about asking him questions, you want it because I'm a novice when it comes. I do tip my hat to you. You know what you're doing. You're very, very good at your job.
Oh, thanks.
You've been doing it for a long time. I'm not as familiar asking questions to famous people in that way, but also especially industry specific things, right? So I'm asking questions about the movie, and I have to remember.
You remember?
Remember
that was awesome.
That was awesome. No, but I have to remember. Ben, ask questions about the script,
the process,
because nothing happens that isn't scripted, right? Like, I mean, there's improv, but the idea was I was going to ask a question like, "Hey, you guys basically not invented, but like." We call it gaslighting now, but back then in Let's Scare Jessica to Death, a lot of this movie is did it really happen, or is she just hearing voices and seeing things that aren't there, and the people around her are trying to influence her like, you didn't see that, what are you talking about? Gaslighting this woman horribly, right? And so that term didn't exist. So I wanted to ask him, you know, during the filming, did that kind of just come out? And I'm like, no, idiot. Like, of course it was written as a script. So you have to ask the question, like, when you wrote the script, was that front of mind? Like, we've got to make this an unreliable narrator, or and was that purposeful? Yeah. But instead of asking like, when you guys are filming, and then you saw her do that, was it like, oh, lean into that more? We need to make that more. Idiot.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So I also want to ask, though, about the film itself. Brad, you talked a little bit about Suspended Animation, what kind of film it is. Yours, I think, is the more critically acclaimed film.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And it kind of has taken a little bit of a cult classic amongst people that love horror films. Stephen King has said it's one of his favorite horror films of all time, which is a pretty big compliment. Yeah. What did you actually think of the film?
So I struggle as a 44-year-old man that started watching horror movies probably a little later in life because we didn't watch them as kids really with my parents. We weren't like a horror family like that. So I didn't see The Exorcist until I was in college, you know, things like that. So I struggle to have reverence a lot of times for older films because I've just seen so many now, and I try very hard to remember this is of its time, and it set the stage. I think that I need to do more research before I watch films because I did so much research about, like, again, the first use of synth in the horror film and things like that, and how it was a slow burn and this and that. I loved this film. And it's probably only because I had so much reverence for how hard it was. It was his first film. Yeah. So thinking about a guy that comes from theater, has never directed a feature-length film, self-admittedly in the moment talking to me in person saying I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of Hitchcock on my 16 millimeter projector to get ready for this, so I could fake my way through my first feature film.
Yeah.
You take all of that and you put it together, you watch that film, you go, fuck, this is an excellent film.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of us that watch cinema these days don't fall into that same category of like having the reverence for what came first. I would hesitate to show somebody who likes movies to show them Citizen Kane and be like, well, you know, you should have seen it when it came out. It changed the game. But
strangely enough, I think Citizen Kane is actually one of the movies that holds up as far as modern filmmaking.
No, and I agree. I do agree with that. But even that being said, today's audiences would probably be a little bit more bored with that because they don't have that kind of reverence. So I would like to say that from now on, if I'm going to watch an older film, I'll do just a little bit of research about like the techniques involved and who was involved with it and how it was shot. Yeah. I think that does matter.
It's tough though because like I typically don't like to do that, and for the most part, it's because even if it's a movie I haven't seen, because of like, by the way, the cricket's back. Okay, just so you guys know, if you hear it, you're not going crazy. There's a cricket still in the basement.
We're gaslighting you. There's no cricket. There's no cricket.
But no, I just because of like having studied film in college and all that stuff, like there are movies that I'm aware of their reverence and why they're famous, why people like them, even if I haven't seen them myself.
Sure.
I'll go into I understand, oh, this is great because of this, or I know just like certain details. And I also I you know, because of my respect for older movies, when I see them, I know to like put it in context. It's like, oh, this movie came out before these other movies. You know, I try not to like criticize a movie knowing that like, oh, this did this later, you know, it did it better but this was the first time it did it, you know.
Yeah, this walked so that could run.
Yeah, and that can be tough for general audiences who are just trying to watch a movie.
Yeah, trying to enjoy something. Yeah.
Interestingly enough, during the Q&A, John was talking about comparing suspended animation because that was the first time he had done a horror movie in a while.
Okay.
And so he's like I think that I got better. You know, with this one, and the audience, some of the audience members, they thought that they liked suspended animation more than Let's Stare Just Get to Death.
Yeah, what
well.
did you think of suspended animation? Because it is a kind of an indie film a little bit.
Yeah,
the budget is lower.
It's interesting. It's not.
If you weren't moderating the panel, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's and John recognizes this in the book that he did, Hancock on Hancock, where he talks about all his different movies. That at the time when it was released, and even in retrospect, he was a little disappointed with aspects of it for various reasons. Some of it being structure, because the structure of the movie itself is kind of strange. It's almost like if you took the first act is like if you took Misery and condensed it into the first act of the movie, and then the second act is a whole different chapter of what happens, and then the third act goes in another direction. I think if you made it today, it probably would be like a limited series or something.
Gotcha.
Because there's a lot there that you can work with and expand it over time. But it has a real Twin Peaks vibe to it. It's not nearly as good as something David Lynch would do,
Sure.
but funnily enough, it does have the same composer for Twin Peaks, which it works in its favor. But yeah, it was interesting. I think it would have benefited from having some better veteran actors, because some of it's just a little like, you guys are trying too hard.
Well, and so to be fair, the Let's Scare Jessica to Death, I pulled a quote from Time Magazine that said that the lead actress Zora, and I don't remember her last name, but Zora something or other, had a very subtle and knowledgeable performance.
Zora Lambert
had a subtle and knowledgeable performance, and I left it there because the rest of it was like unlike the rest of the cast, right? Oof. So like that was a tough one, but I wanted to pull that because that lead actress actually was great. Right. She was fantastic in that film.
Yeah, there are film critics that say that is one of the finest performances of the 70s and 80s.
He said that they put her through hell. It's Connecticut, literally in October, and they put her in the lake to swim. She had to run outside and fall down a lot. I mean, she got pushed off a cliff into the water. Like they fucked with her a lot, and then of course to act like you see things, don't see things, and you're terrified. She crushed it. She really did.
Was it is it Rod Sterling, the guy that
Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone said it was legitimately one of the scariest films he's ever seen. Did you find it scary?
So it's hard to look at through that lens nowadays because of what has come since, right? Yeah. But I could see back then watching a film like this the turn that it takes, and I'll spoil it a little bit because I don't know that you're ever going to go out and watch Let's Scare Jessica to Death, but there is a one of the benefits of this film. The old men in this film are in there probably when it was filmed. They're probably in their 60s and 70s, and there's a lot of them in this town, and they're just creepy old men. And there's a scene towards the end where they all appear in a bedroom with like going after her, but that's not like attacking her. It's just kind of that like coming towards her, and it was unsettling. So I can't even imagine what that would have been like in the theater to see that for the first time. Holy shit!
Yeah,
it was really, really good. There you go.
Good stuff. Well,
what else did you see, buddy?
I've seen a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to run through every single one.
Can we comment or no? Do you just want to run
back
through
in
it?
September? No, I'm just kidding. I only want to highlight a few that are more recent releases that people are going to be able to get a chance to see very soon, or they can see now in theaters. I saw Tron Ares, guys.
Cool.
Shut up.
It's bad, right?
No, so here's the thing.
That's what everybody's saying. It's bad.
I think everyone's being pretty hard on it, mostly because of Jared Leto.
Yeah, can we just stop putting him in movies?
Strangely enough, I think that his weird vibe works for the character he's playing for the first half of the movie, because he's playing a computer program, an AI program that has been designed, and he's learning things like a computer.
So your off-putting performance leans in.
Exactly.
Yeah,
the fact that he doesn't feel quite human because he's a weirdo works. But as that program starts to like embrace the idea of like having a more permanent life cycle and becomes interested in human things,
but he doesn't become a better actor, though.
Right. And so it's like no, don't like this.
That's such a damning thing to say about an actor.
Yeah.
Like, he's good because he's bad, but then he doesn't get better, so it's bad.
Yeah, it's because he doesn't know how to be human, basically.
He's AI.
Yeah, because he's weird. But similar to Tron Legacy, which also doesn't have a great story, and this has a very basic story as well, the visuals are unbelievable. I saw this.
It's $175 million.
It was very expensive, and it shouldn't have been. They should have been smarter about that.
Sure.
But the visual effects, the color scheme, just like Tron Legacy, except this one is more red tinged than blue than Tron Legacy was. It looks incredible. I saw it on IMAX. On top of that, the fucking soundtrack by Nine Inch Nails.
That's what I wanted to ask you about.
Oh my god, it rips. And seeing
so
it in IMAX, like the bass, like you feel it, and like it really, like that. To me, that made the movie enjoyable. Even though I didn't think it was a great movie, I liked the experience of watching it, and I liked enough about it that I was like, this was fine. I know some people were complaining because the main character is AI and it deals with artificial intelligence that it was too shallow. And it's like, I don't go to the Tron movies to get this like sharp critique about technology and society. I go to it to see cool visuals and like a fun sci-fi adventure, and that's what I got out of it. Mm-hmm. So I walked away feeling mostly pleased. I understand why people didn't like it and were turned off by Jared Leto, but for me, it mostly worked, and I was fine with it.
Can we have a brief conversation about Jared Leto in that this is he continues to bomb in films, right? This has not even made half of what they spent on this film.
No, it's going to be one of Disney's biggest mistakes for sure, this year anyway.
It's like $100 million. They spent almost $200 million on this.
Well, they spent $30 million on his big ass trailer.
So is it time to like I
sunset
feel like,
Jared Leto
a little bit? Like, are we going to learn from this?
I mean, I hope so. I think the other big part of this problem is that and this has been this way for a little while now. The fuel of 1980s nostalgia has really started to wane as millennials start to grow up, and the late 90s 2000s starts to become the driving force of nostalgia now. And so I think that this is kind of just like one of the last dying breaths of like.
I mean, I think we peaked with Stranger Things as far as like like this is the biggest thing that we're going to see that's 80s based that's still going to be that relevant, because then people are starting to age out of that demographic.
Well, if you look at the cycle of how nostalgia has worked in movies, it's usually about 20-25 years. Like Back to the Future, and stuff like that had nostalgia for the 50s and 60s. And then, we shifted into the 80s as we got into the early 2000s. And now it should be shifting into but because the people who are still in power in the studios still have that nostalgia for the 80s, they're kind of holding on to it, and like they think they still make it happen.
To be fair to them, the 80s is such a fun decade That's why
It is, yeah.
everybody has 80s parties, but nobody has nobody's throwing a 2000s party, right? You're throwing an 80s
Well,
party.
but that's the thing. I think they are. That's the thing is they kind of are now, and you see fashions from the late 90s and 2000s
Sure.
starting to come back now too.
Sure.
Lots of stuff from that era is coming back because those people are getting into their 40s
But
and starting.
I still feel like you didn't see the proclivity of 70s parties and 90s parties like you did with the 80s. 80s for some reason is just very specific because it was so materialistic, and there was
It is a unique look. Yeah.
so many things that you could buy back then.
Yeah, for sure.
And so you can easily pinpoint, oh, that's from the 80s. That boombox is from, and technology was getting there with, literally having a Walkman and a boombox and all this other stuff.
We got to move these refrigerators.
Exactly.
We got to move these color TVs.
And they did.
They moved them. But yeah, so I was fine with Tron Ares. Unfortunately, you probably can't see it in IMAX anymore. But I think if you're going to see it, seeing it in theaters is a good idea just because of the soundtrack and the visuals alone. That's me. But I also saw Begonia, which is the latest movie from Yorgos Lanthimos and starring Emma Stone.
I called this the head shaving movie with Emma Stone.
That's a good way to describe it. So it's from the same director who did Poor Things and The Lobster. Bit of a weirdie. His movies aren't for everybody.
Is it so in order of weirdness, with The Lobster being like a 7 out of 10 because that was a weird fucking movie. Where does Poor Things land and where does this land?
I think this is his most accessible movie.
Okay.
It's like it's a sci-fi movie, but not like a large scale sci-fi movie. It's definitely a sci-fi thriller, if you will. But the tinges of sci-fi come from because of what the story is. So if you don't know, Jesse Plemons plays this guy who has kind of this like very grassroots movement where he believes that aliens have infiltrated key parts of society, and he comes to think that Emma Stone's character, who is a CEO of a pharmaceutical company, is an alien race. And so him and his neurodivergent cousin have a plan to kidnap her and try to get a meeting with like her species leadership.
The overlords.
Yeah. And so everyone in this movie is fantastic, and it has enough, weird stuff in it where you're just like, oh, it's wild. And it takes some really interesting turns. But Emma Stone especially, I mean, she's just incredible. And Jesse Plemons too, But yeah, this is it's weird, it's fun. You
liked it?
I loved it. I loved it.
They call it an absurdist black comedy. Is there comedy in this?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's
Okay.
definitely comedy in it. Yeah, and some of it's dark comedy, some of it's a little more straightforward comedy. But there's definitely, just because of how Jesse Plemons is so serious about the things that he's talking about and how ridiculous they sound, like you can't help but like laugh at the absurdity of what's going on.
Just those two together, Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons.
I would watch that.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah, it's very good. I liked it a lot. I also saw Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein in theaters, and I saw both of these as part of the Chicago International Film Festival.
It's pronounced Frankenstein.
This movie is...
Sorry. That's not even a very good joke. But it got me.
Yeah,
it got me. That one got me.
Right.
Frankenstein.
Never mind.
Oh, no, that's good. Nate, what have you seen?
This movie is gorgeous. Oh my god! Like this is incredible. Like, I mean, I expected nothing less from Guillermo
It's almost
del
like he
Toro.
knows what he's doing.
Yeah, it's he takes some interesting liberties with the original story, which is obviously a classic. Oscar Isaac is amazing in it. Jacob Elordi even better as the monster. The makeup effects
High
are done
praise
really
for
well.
Jacob Elordi.
No, seriously, he did like all credit where credit is due. He does a fantastic job. And this is really it's a sad boy movie. And the monster is a very sad boy.
Listening.
Oh yeah,
Nate's
Nate.
listening.
Yeah, Nate. This is you are a sad boy. But it's
So would you call this Manchester by the Sea?
You would, wouldn't you?
yeah, I guess.
Hey! Yes! Got him!
But
I'm
it's
proud of that one. I don't give a fuck.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. My only complaint is that it feels a tad too long. Just a bit. And I think it's because Del Toro can be a little indulgent.
It is
at
150
times.
minutes.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a pretty...
It's 2.5-hour movie, yeah, and you do feel it here and there.
So this or Frankenweenie?
Oh, that's
Frankenweenie's good.
a tough call, but I'm gonna go
Great
with Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
Okay. All right. Guillermo del Toro's Pan's Labyrinth or Labyrinth?
I'm gonna go Pan's Labyrinth.
Okay.
Sorry.
Just sad to ask.
Did you see this in the theater, by the way?
Yeah, I got to see it in theater,
Okay.
and it will get a limited theatrical release in addition to coming to Netflix later this year. So, I will kind of go on a tangent. I don't have a nostalgic reverence for either Labyrinth or Dark Crystal
Neither do I.
because I didn't grow up watching them.
neither do I.
Yeah, I know a lot of people did.
Labyrinth kind of scared me. I remember watching it like briefly. I'm like, this isn't my thing.
I remember, my babysitter, I think, put it on,
Yeah.
and she really liked, and I was like, this is making me uncomfortable. Like, I don't like any of this.
I don't like this.
Also, I'm like, why am I attracted to David Bowie at 11 years old?
You know why.
We all know.
We all know why.
The last movie I'll talk about was one that I watched also for the Chicago International Film Festival, and it's a documentary called We Are Pat. And this is a documentary that is about the Saturday Night Live character, Pat, and the legacy that comes with it. And anybody who listens to the 10 to 1 podcast can tell you that we talked about the movie It's Pat and the character and its origins on Saturday Night Live, and how it's definitely problematic these days because it's pretty transphobic and very dated in its approach to comedy about androgyny, and whatnot. And this documentary, which comes from...
I'm sorry, but when the bit is, what are you?
Yeah.
It just hits it a lot harder.
And so what's great about this documentary is it comes from a trans filmmaker who has a reverence for Pat, who grew up loving the character and still does, and liked the movie, still finds it very funny. And he is making an attempt to try and reclaim the character and also somewhat remake the movie in an interesting way, but do it in a way that doesn't make like the otherness or like the potential like trans implications of Pat's existence the butt of the joke. Because there are things that a lot of people in the trans community found really funny about It's Pat, especially if you look at it through the lens of the comedy itself isn't really about how weird Pat is or because he's androgynous. It's because of the strange reaction that everyone has to him.
People don't know how to take him.
Especially when you see in the movie how obsessive Charles Rocket's character becomes.
Yes.
Because there's such a strong link between people who are obsessed with like criticizing and denying trans people who are also in love with trans people. So it was really interesting to hear them talk about it, and they did get Julia Sweeney to discuss it and talk about the legacy.
Question to you about her in this documentary was because I'm probably not gonna watch. I don't know. Am I gonna watch this?
I don't know. I don't know when you're gonna be able to see it because I think it's still independent. I don't know if it has a distributor yet or anything, so it could be a little while.
Okay, so that being said, what does Julia Sweeney feel about the impact that the character has made, and do people still refer to her? Because again, back then, when I was a kid watching this, I didn't know which cast member it was, right? Because that's just how kids do it. Obviously, the adult population watching SNL knew that. That's so. Does she talk about the character and what impact it's made on her life moving forward? Oh
yeah, she's very well aware that like. When she dies, like that's probably gonna be one of the first images that people show is her as Pat. And what was great about them getting to interview her and stuff like that is she was very open to like the conversation about like the evolution of the character and like the creation of it and like what the intention was behind the comedy, and hearing what people in the trans community had to say about it. She really like put thought into it and like received what they had to say, and like made it clear that it was never her, an intention to make anyone feel bad or anything like that. And her perspective on things kind of like changes as like, cause they do several interviews with her, and they even have like a kind of a round table meeting with her to workshop stuff with the other people working on the quote unquote remake of the It's Pat that the filmmaker wants to do. And so her place in it is just one that's very, open to conversation and like having her, thoughts, evolve and change just as comedy and like that perspective on like those jokes and things have changed. So it was really interesting to see and fascinating to watch.
The new one's going to be called Patagonia, and it's just going to use a lot of vests to cover up whether or not it's a male or female.
There you go.
That was not a good joke.
No.
But I knew it as soon as I said the word Patagonia. And then I still kept going because I don't know how to stop.
You commit to the bit.
I really did, and I'm wrong.
No matter how bad it is,
I'm wrong for that.
Nobody bats 1,000.
Yeah.
You're fine.
You know what? I'm going to take a couple of days off. Go ahead.
Well, we have to do SNL, so like it's kind of by default. You have to take a couple.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't work. But
you're not really.
What else did you see?
That's pretty much it. That's where I'll stop with the movies.
Nate Dogg, how about you, buddy? What'd you see?
All right, I have seen a couple films. The first one I want to talk about because it is the holiday season.
Oh no, it's not though.
It's not though, buddy.
It's the holiday season.
Like, granted, Christmas stuff is starting to hit stores, but
So I don't know.
A dickory
Oh,
dock.
don't
no.
join in. Please don't. All right.
The clock.
No.
we're becoming
Yes.
So I will say, because I don't know what it's like in your neck of the woods, but
it's super Christmassy.
in Northwest Indiana, it was so hot for so long.
How hot was it?
It was in the 80s in September.
That's not funny.
Your jokes suck.
So we're now about,
Patagonia.
oh
Yes! That one worked. It was Patagonia.
We're about 6-7 weeks out from Christmas right now, and it's not going to feel like it when it hits Christmas. Because there's been no run up to the cold weather. For me, it's going to be jarring to wake up Christmas morning and be like, oh fuck, it's here already.
And as I understand it, because of how warm the lakes are right now, we're probably going to get fucked with snow this winter too.
Which I love.
I don't mind it for my whatever, it doesn't matter. So please tell me that you didn't already watch a Christmas film. I guess that's what I'm getting at. You did? You watched a Christmas movie already? Come on, man.
Ben, stop. Here's the thing.
That's a secret. He's always watching Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I did not just watch a Christmas movie.
You watched 7.
I've watched several.
Oh
so
my
far.
God. What are you doing?
Okay, but here's the thing.
I'm assigning you a horror film before Halloween.
Okay,
You're watching-
Gremlins 2. But
Actually, that's fine.
Yeah, that works.
here's the thing is, my
I can-
oldest
oh,
son.
Hold on. I can
who's-
still smell these fucking
Oh, they're the
smell
worst.
though. They're on the couch, and I was like, "What is that?" I'm not joking. I'm like, "What is that putrid smell?"
Stings the
I'm
nostrils.
like, "Man, did the cricket die in the wall?" And am I smelling that? Is it a stink bug? No, it's your stupid fucking sweet potato snacks.
Got him.
Former guest of this podcast,
Santa Claus.
Worker for Ben at Full Tilt Arcade, Finley, my son, is a big Christmas fan. So he
Don't blame your kids.
No.
He follows
I don't like
this
all
at all.
this stuff. He gets it. He gets it. But I watched a film called The Baltimoreans.
Oh, okay. This is okay because this came out in
Thank you,
theaters
Brad.
like
Thank you,
late
Brad.
September.
Thank you, Brad.
So
Go ahead. Say that again. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay.
it's not his fault.
All right. Great.
Is this Goodwill Hunting?
This
not your
is
fault.
a film directed by Jay Duplass, who wrote the screenplay with Michael Strasner. So this film, it is a Nate film, right? If you watch the trailer, you're like, oh no, then Nate's gonna love this film. It's got a Christmas setting,
This
and
is innately Nate.
it's a sad boy film, but also funny, right? So sad and funny, sad clown. I really enjoyed this film. It's very, very unique. It essentially is. It's a small cast, and the setting is you've got this. Michael Strasner plays this guy who is a comedian, alcoholic, who is sober. He's engaged to get married. That's really complicated because in order to get married to this woman, he really kind of needs to become somebody he's not. He needs to be more straight-laced. He needs to be corporate. He needs to, and clearly you could see very early on there's a tension there, right? Something happens. He needs a dentist on Christmas Eve. He goes to the dentist. He finds this dentist that'll do it, and that is Liz Larson plays the character there. And essentially, the film is just about a night with them, and it's funny, but also it's a good look into two characters that are clearly just kind of struggling with their life, but they find each other. It's not recreated a genre. It's not recreated anything, but I really enjoyed it. The chemistry between Liz Larson and Michael Strasner was fantastic. I like how the film ended. I really enjoyed this film for like the 10th film that I've watched so far in the Christmas season.
Oh boy.
So is this a film? Have you seen this yet or no?
No, I will watch it at some point though.
Yeah, I think you'll like this film. It's not perfect. What is? Oh, what the frick? Year or two ago, there was another film that came out somewhat similar to this, where it was character driven, just a couple characters, but I can't think of it. Christmas film, but it's not a unique Christmas film, right? These kind of like not moody, but a little bit just sad boy Christmas.
Seemed
films.
like it was like a Sundance Christmas movie.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Yep. So I watched that. I also, for the first time in a couple of years, watched a film that I have seen, but I'll tell you about it again because I really liked it and I want to talk about it. There's a film that was released to Netflix in 2019 called Klaus.
Oh yeah,
Love Klaus.
love this movie.
And
But you watched it?
I watched it again because I hadn't seen it
Just
since.
save it.
Come on,
Wait, what are you
man.
doing?
What
Have
are
you
you
watched?
doing?
Have you watched Planes, Trains, and Automobiles yet?
I've seen Planes, Trains, and
I know you've
Automobiles.
seen.
But
Planes,
you've
yeah,
also seen Klaus.
but that's what. No, but have you watched it this year yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah,
No,
see-
but I will.
See,
Don't
for
worry.
for me, I can't start watching Christmas movies until it's at least November, and not until I've seen Planes,
Jack
Trains, and
and Jill.
Automobiles. Shut up.
Oh, sorry.
because that's
Jack and Jill.
because
No, that's the classic Thanksgiving movie that comes to mind first.
because Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is a Thanksgiving movie.
Is
And
that
so-
is that like the first of the holiday films that you'll
Yeah,
watch?
it's gotta be. I mean, it makes sense because it feels Christmassy because it's Thanksgiving. But like, yeah, you gotta do that before you start leaning into the Christmas movies.
Don't talk to me until I've had my Dunkachino. You know?
He's still doing Jack and Jill references. Like I don't even like.
Hooah!
What is he offering anymore? Like he's.
You know? It's funny because they're sister and brother, and they look almost like Adam Sandler's in drag.
So you guys aren't
That's why it's
fans
funny.
of Klaus. I liked Klaus. I think it's a great
Oh my
film.
God.
And
I love Klaus.
Klaus is great.
It is one of those films. I watched it with Molly and her daughter Vesper, my girlfriend and her daughter. And they had not seen it. They hadn't even heard of this film.
What?
Yep.
Vesper's a great name, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
That's
I
an
think-
awesome name for a kid.
It's a Bond girl name.
It is
Easy.
It's
I'm just
Bond's
saying.
first. Yeah, I think in the
From
first
Casino
one.
Royale.
Yep.
This is-
Don't be weird about it.
But it is one of those films like, oh, we didn't know this film existed. This is really good, and I can put a cork in this and bring this up in a month if you choose to. But as you guys are scheduling your Christmas films,
Put a cork in this.
Oh, did you hear this? Scheduling your Christmas
Man,
films.
like that's a thing.
no, but somebody has to be the person that gives them the Christmas films, and we do the work in advance. That's what I'm doing. Is the work in advance for our
What is-
listeners.
what is going on
That's
right now?
that's the weird thing.
This is
Like,
weirder than hell.
Yeah, like here's the thing. I love movies and I like a good amount of Christmas movies.
But are you
I
saying
don't
that you have an actual schedule?
Yeah, I don't need to schedule them out.
No. But people do schedule. Like if they're
No,
looking at
no,
the films,
no, they
Who?
don't.
Who schedules them?
Listen, if we're gonna
Who are
get-
these people?
They have a
If-
Google Calendar with a separate one that says Christmas movies.
Okay.
Birthdays,
Now-
national holidays, Christmas movies.
Now, Finley,
work.
You got to be home by 8 because
Yeah.
tonight's Home Alone night.
Yeah, you can't work.
Time out. Here's the thing, guys. If we're gonna watch the top 100 Christmas films within 60 days,
What are you
we
talking
actually have to have a schedule.
Oh my God!
And who's the arbiter of this? Who's deciding?
What do you mean? Who's the arbiter?
Arbiter?
No, the arbiter of like the top 100 Christmas films of all time.
Well,
Nate?
that's what I'm telling you guys. I was just gonna say, put this on your film list of top 100 Christmas films because I think it should be on there.
Oh, I honestly, I would
100.
put Klaus probably in the top 20 Christmas movies
Good
of
for
all
you.
time.
Yeah, I love it.
That's high praise, and I don't disagree. I just haven't seen it in a while. I need to. I remember.
Rewatch it.
I remember
It is-
really,
I
really
think
liking
it gets better and
But
better.
top-
It's
yeah,
so good.
There have been so many Christmas. Are you sure?
Yeah, because most
There's so many.
honestly, most Christmas movies aren't
Suck.
very good. Yeah.
And this is also original, which I love.
Yeah, exactly. I was very, very impressed with how good Klaus was. Like, it's tough on a first viewing to love a Christmas movie as much as I did Klaus. I was just so enamored with it and so impressed by the animation, how lovely the story
it's
was.
beautiful. It
Yeah,
is
it really is.
So you know what I did here is I got you guys to talk about Klaus. Thank you so much. Finally, the other thing that I want to talk about is
As in
not.
another Christmas movie.
I was going to take
Oh,
place
no.
around Christmas, the first season, but it's a film or a television show that's on Netflix.
Well, it's trailer
called
time.
Nobody
with Ben
Wants
and Brad.
This. Have you seen
Trailer
Nobody
Oh,
Wants
time.
This?
I've seen the first season, but I haven't watched the second season yet because it just came out.
It kind of is a film or show that you and I think would like
Mhm.
together.
Yeah, it's a great show.
It's a rom-commy.
What are you doing right now?
Talking about TV shows
we're
like we
not-
do from time to time.
We're already running long. I got a game to play.
Nobody Wants This.
We didn't even tell us that we had a game to play, so it's not our fault. We're talking about things we love.
All right, we'll skip the game, I guess. Fine.
So you do like Nobody Wants This?
Yes,
Okay.
I like the first season.
Yeah, so the second season just came out, and I've watched a couple episodes. It kind of picks up where it left off. But this is a great little rom-commy show if you've not watched this. I think it's pretty popular, but I literally binge-watched this week all 10 episodes to get ready for the second season.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
It is.
And honestly, I think Kristen Bell and Adam Brody have the perfect chemistry for
They
each
do.
other. It's one of those shows that every cast member seems to be hitting their mark perfectly.
Yeah.
And so it's not groundbreaking, it's not doing anything, but if you want a show that is just bingeable, this is a great one. And they just had the second season come out just yesterday. So
There you go.
All right.
I love it.
all right, hey.
I
are you-
was on my phone. I was
No, but you're
listening.
Chat GPT in a game really quick because he said he had a game. I can see him doing it right now.
Do you ask ChatGPT to make your game for you?
That's literally what he's doing.
If you ever ask ChatGPT to make a game for you, you will never make a game again because I'm going to break your legs.
You know, I was on Facebook.
Oh, he literally just said, ChatGPT, make a game. That's fine.
Facebook. I was on Facebook.
So,
ChatGPT, open Facebook to make it look like I wasn't making a game.
Hey, Ben, go ahead, buddy.
It opened Friendster because that's how bad AI
buddy,
is.
go ahead. It's your turn.
Are we doing trailers?
Yeah, it's trailer time.
Oh, one more thing.
Oh, boy.
I'm only bringing this up because I believe it comes out on October 24th on Netflix.
Ooh.
Catherine Bigelow has a new movie, the director of Zero Dark 30 and The Hurt Locker. It's called A House of Dynamite. It has a big ensemble cast that includes people like Rebecca Ferguson and Idris Elba.
I
and
read
whatnot.
an article that said it wasn't very good.
They're wrong. It is a divisive movie because of the ending, but I think that the movie is very, very good. It is super suspenseful. It's this Rashomon-esque framing that focuses on a disaster that is about to unfold in the United States and how it basically has 3 different chapters that focus on the same event and timeline, but from different perspectives. And it doesn't change the perspectives like Rashomon does, where it puts it in the perspective of the narrator of the movie. It just spreads it across 3 different ensembles, basically, and from those perspectives, so that you just see a little bit of what's going on that you didn't hear on phone calls and stuff like that. But it's all unfolds within like the military and the government as they're trying to figure out how to respond, what to do, and super suspenseful, really unnerving. Especially once I'm not going to say what the movie is about because I think that if you go in and you just watch it and you find out, but I will say that seeing it in Chicago in particular made it that much more like, oh shit. So this is the kind of movie that, like, if you're going to watch it, please sit down and watch it and pay attention to it. Like, don't throw it on in the background while like you're fucking around on your phone, like, because it will play a lot better and you will like.
I don't ever do that. If I'm going to sit down and watch a movie, that's what I'm doing.
I know, but like 90% of people will do that.
Just throw on a movie and like go do like dishes.
Yeah, or they're doing laundry or something like that. And that's
listen to a podcast.
To the point.
Still in the room.
To the
I'm
point.
Still in the room.
See, to the point that Netflix executives, like, this is why movies have gotten kind of worse over the years, especially on streaming, and they over-explain things because they think, well, if someone's doing laundry, they're not going to know what's going on because they're not going to have seen that.
Oh,
and it's just
boy.
like, fuck you,
Ugh.
double middle fingers.
That's tough.
So this does come to Netflix this month, right?
October 24th, I think. Is that correct? I think that's when it comes out.
It's sounding
This
a
says
lot
October
like we should watch
10.
trailers.
So it hit theaters.
Oh, yeah.
on October
Trailer
24th.
time
Yeah,
for
Netflix, October
Ben.
Hey, we're still talking about a movie.
It's having a good time.
That's not even a song. You just
with-
sound drunk.
Trying to have some
I know,
fun
but it's
with
fun,
trailers with Ben and Brad and Nate.
All right, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah. So it's trailer time. We talked about we saw Stay Safe or Send Help.
Yep, that's what it's called.
It's called Stay Safe or Send Help.
Sam Raimi has a new movie called Send Help, which looks like a wholly original, cool thriller starring Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams. Rachel McAdams plays a woman who works in an office for a douche nozzle, played by Dylan O'Brien. He's just
The epitome of a bro boss.
yeah,
that's
totally a prick
piece
to
of
her.
shit.
And then when a business trip goes awry and the plane that they're on crashes, they're the only 2 survivors, and she knows what to do in order to survive on this deserted island,
But
castaway
it
style.
It seems like he's hurt and can't move.
Maybe.
Like, I mean,
That's what I got, too.
that's what I got too. Because
I watched the trailer super carefully.
He was laying there pretty much the entire trailer. Meaning,
I think he's just a piece of shit, though.
no. I mean, I get that, but like, I do really feel like he's hurt and injured. He can't move.
Maybe.
But he's still trying to like boss her around,
Right.
and
she's not having it.
She's not having it at all.
And she starts kind of feeling in her element and
Yeah.
having like a newfound confidence.
Watch
and,
this trailer.
Yeah.
This is a fun trailer. Sam Raimi knows what the hell he's doing with the horror genre, obviously.
Yeah.
And this is it's the first time I've seen a trailer for a thriller / horror film in a while that I'm like, I really want to see this. This
Yeah.
is awesome.
20th Century Fox says in their kind of put out for this in this press release.
synopsis.
Yeah, in the synopsis. They say unsettling and darkly humorous. So I like that they're going for the humor as well.
Well,
'cause
Sam
this-
Raimi
Raimi's
is
an
that
expert
guy.
at that.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm saying is I think this is going to hit that mark
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah.
And Rachel McAdams is just,
Oh.
I love her so
They
much.
both
Put her in
look
everything.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Honestly.
This looks fantastic.
She's like
I
Anna
cannot-
Kendrick to me. I'm like, put her in everything. I love Anna Kendrick so much.
Also,
I love Rachel
love
McAdams.
that like
Love
Netflix
Emma
didn't buy this.
Stone.
Love that this is actually coming to the theaters.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see this.
Yes,
This looks so
100%. It'll be out in January.
Yeah.
Danny Elfman did the music, by the way.
Ooh, I like that.
I like Danny Elfman.
Speaking of January, we have the perfect movie for January, which is typically a dumping ground for garbage. And that's the best place to talk about Chris Pratt's new movie
Ugh.
called Mercy, Directed by Timur Bekmambetov, who you might know from giving us movies like Searching and Missing and other movies that unfold on screens.
But those were good.
Abraham Lincoln,
They
the
were.
Vampire Hunter.
Yes, that's another.
That was bad.
That's another good one. He also directed Wanted. You like Wanted?
I liked Wanted.
I like
Did you
Wanted.
guys see V2 Escape from Hell?
Curve the bullet, man.
No.
No, it's apparently a Russian film that he did.
Cool.
I didn't know if you saw it.
I thought that this looked like the Ice Cube War of the Worlds. That's what I originally thought. Oh, a big budget version of that.
So
Cool.
it does feel like Timur Bekmambetov is very much all in on like the screen life framing. So and he produced War of the Worlds.
Oof.
And so
To be fair, he produces like a trillion.
yeah.
But still, you make a movie like Missing, and you're like, whoa, that's really good.
Well, Searching was the first
Sorry,
one. Yeah.
sorry, I apologize. Searching was incredible. Missing, hard to catch.
Still pretty good.
Lightning in a bottle, but still very good, and it's a good use of that. And now this is just like a copy of a copy of a copy. It looks terrible. Chris Pratt looks terrible. The whole thing looks terrible.
It's just such a weird mix of ideas because it feels like it's Minority Report, like mixed with like a courtroom thriller, and then the screen life stuff, like whatever.
I shouldn't have a huge question about the plot of the film during the trailer, but like there is this wild thing where they're like, you have an hour and a half to prove your innocence.
Well, so there's one line.
What is going on?
There's
there?
one line in it that gives away that this is obviously some kind of like dystopian thing where like the justice system has changed because so the premise of this movie, Chris Pratt he's in this chair, he's locked in, and he has this like virtual screen in front of him, Minority Report style, where it's like holographic interface, and Rebecca Ferguson plays this judge who is giving him an hour and a half to prove that he didn't murder his wife. And there's a line later because he gets to use all these resources at his disposal to try and prove that he's innocent. And so he's talking to his daughter through this interface, and she says, "Oh, you don't get this trial unless you're guilty," you know? So like it must be a unique thing where like if they think that you are probably guilty of it, you get this specific trial to like prove your innocence for whatever reason.
Why 90 minutes? That's insane.
Okay,
like I get that you have to have certain parameters in a movie to
I
make
know,
it a movie,
yeah.
but also that just doesn't make
Let me
this is
defend
so
the plot
stupid,
for a
just so
second
stupid.
in the abstract, right? So you've got a lot of people right now that are saying that we see people essentially like the Boston Marathon bomber, right? The guy did it. We know he did it. Why is he getting due process? Why is it's this expensive trial, all these things, when we know he did it, right? And it's going to cost millions of dollars because he's gonna get found guilty, and then he's gonna want to retrial, these kind of things. And so I get the idea. There's a lot of people like
the whole dead to rights thing. Like
Yeah, exactly.
We
I
saw
get
you
this-
on camera with 19 eyewitnesses. Pull the trigger. Why are we having a trial?
And then we've got this other side of people that are using AI for everything. So look, AI can determine whether or not you did this or not, right? Like
that's the
and
only
so
interesting thing about
that's
this.
what I'm saying. I the premise of those two juxtaposed together, I get as like, no, there's a way to do this, and we can do it efficiently. We can save money, these kind of things. Here's what I didn't like about it. Rebecca Ferguson looks great. She's perfect as the AI, judge. Chris Pratt, I don't hate Chris Pratt. Like a lot of people, obviously he's more conservative, these kind of things. That's not the thing that bothers me about Chris Pratt. What bothers me about Chris Pratt is he doesn't do anything different in films. I love Parks and Rec. I watch Parks and Rec. Like if I'm just bored, I want to watch a show. And when I see Chris Pratt in there, he's doing this lovable, goofy guy that he did in Guardians of the Galaxy that is so good, and he's so talented at that. And then you see him also.
This reminds me of his performance in like Passengers.
Yes,
Or the
like
Tomorrow War.
You're just
Exactly.
a guy doing
Yeah.
nothing
Exactly.
but reading your lines.
you're doing nothing different than
There's no
anybody
performance
else
here.
could do, and we could probably do it cheaper with maybe a same level of acting.
I just don't understand why I get it.
But also, I will say, to play devil's advocate,
Sure.
that movie is not getting made unless you have someone
Chris Pratt
like Chris
still
Pratt
puts
doing
people in the
Right,
seats.
exactly.
He is one of the biggest money
He's
getters.
bankable.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
as well as bankable as anybody can be these
Sure,
days. Yeah.
but at the same time, there are actors out there that are doing similar work, but are just making choices. Like Bradley Cooper is a larger these days movie star / director than Chris Pratt, but even in something like Limitless, where I could see, that would have been something that
Is that the one where he's limitless?
oh yeah, where they would have put a Chris
No,
Pratt
he's without limits.
Chris Pratt type in, and he would have just read the lines, and it would have been. But Bradley Cooper actually brought something to that role. There was some desperation there.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt's not doing anything.
No, and the lines that he does give in this trailer are also a sign of, I think, a bad script, right? Like some of the lines were just very bad.
This is
what
gonna
do
be
you
tough.
mean I only have 90 minutes? Stuff like that, right? Like it's just like bad writing.
I will say there is one moment in this trailer that I liked, and
When it ended?
because it leans into like the unique premise and like that there is some fun to be played with like how things unfold, like with the investigation that he's conducting. There's a moment when like he's trying to figure something out, and he finds a security camera footage with his wife in a hotel room with a strange man, and he was like, like there's somebody else in there, and she's like, she was like, now your guilt has gone up to 98% because you've just given us more reason to suspect you of murder, and it's like, oh damn.
Yeah, no, I did like that.
No, and you could probably, in the kind of academic sense of this plot, you could really play on some really good things there. Where it's
I don't think they're going to.
No, but that's my fear is they're not going to, and kind of go with what a detective would go through trying to prove somebody's innocence or not, right? Where like you could really do that well. Like I said, I'm not angry at the plot. I actually think the plot in Christopher Nolan's hand would be really, really good.
Oh, for sure.
I have no trust that this is going to be a good film though. At all.
Yeah, I mean, if there was any other evidence to that, it's a January release, and so that's where bad movies go to die.
To be fair, the film we just talked about, Send Help,
is
also in January.
There are exceptions to the rule, but if you go back in history and you watch and see the movies that are typically released in January, it's usually a dumping ground of stuff that they don't think people are going to care about.
Do you want me to give you a list of, I Googled this, so this is from Vulture, of the best films released in January?
Yes.
All right.
Bad Boys for Life.
I'm pretty sure that was a February release.
The Gray from 2000.
January.
Was it?
I would bet
Did
my
you
hat
search
on
it too?
I did not, but I'm pretty sure it is.
The Gray from 2012.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Timbuktu from 2015.
Haven't seen it.
Like Father, Like Son in 2014.
Don't know what that is.
Paddington 2. I will fight anybody that doesn't love the Paddington film.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Except for the third one that you hated.
I didn't hate.
I didn't hate.
Matinee.
January 17th, 2020.
I told you.
Yeah.
Matinee with John Goodman from 1993. Never even seen that.
I already talked about that.
It's a good one. Let's reach him back though.
Tremors 1990.
Okay.
I mean, I think like we're talking about the modern era, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't think
back then it didn't. They weren't dumping them
bad
back then.
January movies they seemed like it started to become a trend. I would say like from like the 2000s onward.
That's fair.
Like before Sunrise. That's before, right? So before.
And I think that might have been just because it was a Sundance release. I don't know if it actually got released in January.
I don't know. Vulture, you can't trust them.
You can't actually. Vulture's pretty good.
Final Destination 2 is in January. That surprises me a little bit. That Final Destination.
So that's getting into the 2000s when like it became a place for horror movies to get released as well.
Split came out in January as well.
Yeah.
Juice, that's 1992. The Pledge, 2001. Let me go up to a couple more films. Okay, Black Sea with Jude Law.
Haven't seen it.
It's 2015. Again, I don't think we go to the theaters much in January.
Cold.
It's cold.
Really cold.
Oh, okay, all right. Here, I'm going to defend January. Last year, there was a fantastic film that came out in 2024 in January that you guys remember, but probably just skipping your mind right now, called The Beekeeper.
It's a tremendous film.
It's a lot of fun.
It is. It came out.
You say it's a Vodafone?
A Vodafone?
A Vodafone?
It's a lot of fun.
A Vodafone. You guys want to play a game?
There's a lot of buzz.
Yep.
Oh.
Cloverfield came out in January.
Sure did.
Megan came out in January.
You
And
guys want to play a game?
May 3
May
3
Just real quick.
Yeah.
I guess.
I got one round of one.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
we-
is this an AI game?
No.
Did you use AI to research?
No. I used IMDb and took screenshots so that I could make a list.
All right, we'll
Okay.
let it. We'll
All
let
right.
it happen.
Because it's role play.
Okay.
And we just do a quick round of role
You know,
play.
Brad loves role play.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a...
Oh, sexually?
I think it every way.
I'm going to give you a list of character names that an actor or actress has played, from most obscure to hopefully least
So
obscure.
this is the IMDb game.
Well, no, it's just role play.
Oh no, role play. That's what it's called.
Jesus Christ!
Is it called role play?
IMDb game.
Why don't you tell me what I'm doing, Brad?
It's been so long since we've played the games. I forget which one. Is
I'm
which.
explaining it right now.
Well, I understand.
I'm giving you the names of the character,
Kevin Spacey.
and then we're going to go from there. Most obscure to least obscure, hopefully. Okay.
Joe Rogan.
You just what's your buzzer sound going to be?
I'm picking his favorite actors.
Beep beep. All right. You guys, you get one guess per name,
Okay.
but here's how we're gonna do it.
By per name, do you mean per round or per name you say?
So you say the name, and then
I'm gonna give you the name, and I'm gonna allow one chime in per 3 names given.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you can't just do it every time.
All right.
Yep.
All right, so this person played Jack Calloway, played Vernon Sarsfield,
Mm-hmm.
and Elias Van Dorn. Okay, here's your next 3. Clay Riddell, Rat Billings, Paul Soames.
What are we doing here?
I'm just letting you know. This is most obscure to least obscure. Maybe some of our listeners already got this one.
Nobody got this.
All right. Mike Enslin,
Oh, Brad, you got this.
Stanley Phillips, Nicholas Easter.
Okay, this is
starting to sound familiar.
I know exactly.
All right. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Craig Schwartz, Rob Gordon, Vince Larkin.
Oh,
Jim Carrey.
Nope.
no. Crap.
That was the 3, so you got to guess if you want, or otherwise we got to wait for the next 3.
Make a guess.
The thing is that I can think of the actor saying that character's name, Larkin specifically, and I can't.
All right, here we go. Lane Meyer, Lloyd Dobler, Martin Cusack.
That's my name.
Dang it.
Yeah, it's John Cusack.
It is John Cusack.
Yeah, and
Great
Larkin
job.
is from Con Air.
It is. Mike Enslin is from 1408.
Oh, the movie that no one likes.
Nicholas Easter is from Runaway Jury.
I wouldn't have placed that.
Craig Schwartz being John Malkovich. And then Rat Billings from Adult World, and then I went pretty far back.
Yeah, that was a deep cut.
There you go.
Oh, that was it? Just one round?
I had time, and I thought I'll throw
I think
one
this
in
happened
there.
another time too, where he's like, I wrote a game,
Just quick.
and it's just one round.
I'm
I
actually
said
starting
it,
to get
though.
into the game. I'm like, okay, this is fun. Go
I
on.
said it's only one round.
Yeah, I was ready to keep going, but
Jesus.
it's all good.
Well, I don't see you guys bringing anything to the table, so I'm just trying to spice it up a little bit,
You
okay?
just disappoint me.
Oh my
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Wow, brutal.
Well, no more games for you guys. Fuck. Just talking about TV shows like a fucking dumble folks.
I don't know. Like, I just think if you're gonna bring a game to the table, like, bring a full roster.
I thought like the first round would have like 3 people or something like that. You know,
Oh
like,
my god! Do your own games then.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, well, it's people like that. I'll bet. I'll bet.
You do the way you want to do it. And
Yeah.
I hate you so much.
No, it's great.
Listen, guys, if you have any requests for how much better the game should be, be sure to let us know. Send an email. Comment on Spotify now. You can do that. Each episode you can put comments on. We'll try to pay attention to those.
And we'll read them. We will read your comments on air.
Yeah, unless they're
Maybe.
inappropriate.
Maybe.
We'll read them.
But
I'll
also
read them if they're inappropriate.
we might be more inclined to if they're inappropriate, but only a certain kind of inappropriate.
Yeah, like sex stuff.
Yep.
So anyway, hey, have fun watching your Christmas movies in October with Nate. He's a real ham bone.
Oh.
We'll be back in a few weeks.
You're watching Gremlins too, Brad. We have to decide who's watching what for between me and you now. Right?
But no, when we come back, it'll be after spooky season.
Nate will give. Well, yeah, but we can still assign a.
We don't have to do horror movies. We watch horror movies ourselves.
Yeah, you
so.
can watch Gremlins too.
Yeah, you just deserve.
You give Brad movie. Brad will give me a movie. How about that?
I feel like you should watch a Christmas movie.
No.
Just flat out no. Well, if you give him a Christmas movie, then he has to watch Planes, Trains before he watches it.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You're ostensibly
I'll
giving
find
him
it-
2
I'll
movies.
I mean, actually, to be fair, we do have a few weeks, so by the time we have to record that episode, it probably
Correct.
will be Christmas movie time.
Do you watch Christmas movies in November?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, well then, jeez, it's
I don't-
literally
I'm not
5
as-
days before November.
I'm not as quick to start them as I am Halloween movies in October because I start those.
You don't watch scary movies outside of October, though, right?
No, of course he does.
Okay, then I watch Christmas movies outside
It's
of.
different.
No,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not.
way
weird.
different.
It's
It's
weird.
way different.
All the same.
Horror films exist independent of Halloween. Christmas movies exist for Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Nope.
Yes.
No, they do.
That
Nope.
would be like saying every single horror movie is about Halloween.
Like if horror movies were called Halloween movies, then you have a leg to stand on. But they are called Christmas movies
for a reason.
Nope.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, we'll be back in a few weeks. If you like Saturday Night Live or you want to hear us say stupid things, you can check out the 10 to 1 podcast. And otherwise, we'll be back after doing some SNL episodes.
Hey, 2,000 and more people can't be wrong about 10 to 1. We're getting pretty popular over there, so check us out, man.
Yeah, and we don't want to put the cart before the horse necessarily, but you may or may not be able to soon enjoy our podcasts with a video component.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a real turnoff for a lot of people. I don't know that they want to see us.
What do you mean?
We're schlubby. We're going to have to do some things about lighting and maybe like.
Oh no,
can we shoot it in 480p?
I want surgical lighting, and I want
8K.
I want it to be bright, yeah, 8K, and also I want short shorts and tank tops.
Yeah, I want to see the pores on my nipples.
Oh yeah, I want to see the whitest skin imaginable.
Well, that's a great thing to end on with the sweet potato bites that we just had. Now that visual, you just go ahead and throw up, everybody. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Nah, cheating, eh?